The list of ANC MPs who will be going to Parliament excludes some well-known faces like the International Relations Minister, that's Naledi Pandor, as well as Police Minister Bheki Cele. The Police Minister, who has been at the helm since 2018, has also served as the National Commissioner of the Men and Women in Blue for 2 years. Cele's tenure was characterized by criticism of his approach to dealing with crime in the country. Forensic investigator Calvin Rafadi joins us now for more on Cele's role in crime fighting. Mr. Rafadi, a pleasure to have you on the program this evening. Now, as the Police Minister, Bheki Cele's term comes to an end, what are your initial thoughts on his contributions to the broader police force?
Yeah, good evening, Kanta, and good evening to the newsroom viewers. Yeah, we must first applaud the police, in the handing over of the 130 vehicles today that were handed to the forensic teams. Indeed, they come at a great need. And, just to answer you, we can say that, we've seen the Minister, Bheki Cele, the time when he was a commissioner, he was very effective. But, somehow his morale came to, deteriorating the time when now he was now a police minister. But during his tenure as a police commissioner, he was very effective. He was dealing with crime decisively. And we heard from his speech today when he was addressing some of the media houses. He said, no, it is because of the population has grown. And, everybody now is resorting now to committing crime because of a high number of unemployment.
So you speaking to us in your capacity as a forensic investigator as well, how would you evaluate Cele's leadership in terms of really advancing forensic practices in the country?
Yeah, look, I think with Mr. Cele, how I can, assess him, his performance appraisal is that one can go straight to the point and say he failed to unite the state security, including crime intelligence and the detective. There are so many fictions within those divisions, and once as a leader, you fail to unite them, and then your leadership structure somehow it doesn't bear any fruit, and that's why we see such high crime, because many members are so disgruntled, and some they feel so aggrieved. I mean, we've seen in one of his action why he even went and he was fighting for the catering of pork at the police college, and some of the police were even fired. And, and besides that, I mean, the people that are appointed even in the crime intelligence to head the structure, somehow they so like not united. But one can say that as a leader, when you speak of leadership, the organizational behavior, it starts from the leadership. And once you fail to unite, you can't move any organization forward.
But what are the current challenges facing the forensic science unit in the country, and how can they be addressed moving forward? I mean, we hear oftentimes about a backlog at forensics.
Yeah, look, we are told even from the ministry that themselves, they said, no, the DNA backlog is being sorted, so there's no backlog when it comes to that. But, just to highlight something, because sometimes we visit courts and we work with other detectives closely, there are backlogs of gun ballistics, and which is a problem. Because with a criminal case, once the case gets to be reminded over and over again, more than 3 or 4 times, it gets to be thrown out of court whilst they are waiting for the gun ballistic result. So there is a serious backlog when it comes to that. But like we had, and that's why we are applauding and welcoming the move that 130 vehicles are given to the forensic guys, because they are the ones who collect the evidence. And indeed, the crime starts there. Collection of evidence, how it's collected, is as good as, making a strong case. But one can say that, we still have challenges, like I say, with the ballistic. But when it comes to the DNA, they say it's been sorted. And we welcome the move of these particular vehicles and other resources that can be pumped in.
But how has the forensic science unit actually managed issues related to, one thinks about technology, resources, but also training under Cele's leadership?
Yeah, look, most of the what you call the vacancies, especially at the forensic department, they come with a rank, and police, they need that particular rank, but it's a specialized skill, and what one has to go on training. You can be a warrant officer, but when they tell you that there's a same post of the same qualification, once you go on a training, you go there and you become a captain. So that's how, you lure most of the investigators to join into the groups of the forensic. But there is a shortage of very skilled police officers there. And even in terms of, we've seen in the department where they do the forensic downloading of cell phones. Once many people, they gain skill, then there's so much exodus of them exceeding and going to the private sector because of the, issues of salary there. But there is a shortage of skilled police in those departments. And, vacancies are most of the time advertised. And some of the police, they don't apply, but those that need to go on and get a rank and they want to now come back into the normal detectives, then it's another challenge there.
Yeah. So with the potential for new leadership, what future trends or innovations do you foresee, especially in the field of forensic science in the country?
Yeah, look, they need to team up and pump a lot of resources when it comes to that. Like we say, it's a very crucial role when you speak of forensic, because that's where the crime scene starts. And the collection of evidence. And we need skilled people that can speak to and knowing how to collect the evidence. And then the case is as good as that. Like we've seen some of the issues that they poked some certain holes in some of the forensic, like in the sense of Wheeler's case.
Yeah.
I mean, if they can't prove beyond reasonable doubt, or they haven't collected the evidence to the latter of, according to the law, then the case gets to be thrown out or it becomes weak. So indeed, the new leadership, they need to be decisive and pump a lot of resources and focus especially on the gun ballistic and the DNA issue.
Mr. Rafadi, how do you think Cele's departure will affect public perception, but also trust in the police force and forensic science unit?
Yeah, well, the new guy that is coming in, and I wish also to the government now, when it comes to the issues of the Ministry of the Police, we need to have somebody who's capable, with qualification, and who also can go on a security clearance, like a top secret clearance, because it's very crucial as well. So we need somebody who understands the industry, how to unite the police, and also understand the fiction within the police, issues like tribalism in the police, because they also affect the morale and the performance of the police. So we need someone who will now take over and understand all those dynamics and understand the structure of informants as well, because that's very crucial, police to be hands-on and deal with the issues of the informants, because it's very crucial. And also, the private sector now, the security, there's a white paper that was signed, I think, in 2020, that they are joining force with the police. So we need somebody who understands the structure and will support the structure, and then we can eradicate crime.
Yeah. Very interesting is that Cele has also mentioned returning to being just Cele, according to his words. How important is it for leaders in high-pressure roles to really reflect on personal identities, but also their future paths as well?
Yeah, look, like I said, he has done a great job when he was a minister of, when he was a commissioner of police.
Commissioner of police, yeah.
And that's why even many farmers, they used to like him to a point that he knew how to eradicate crime. And, there were so many farm robbers. That's why the government, they had to bring him back as the deputy of police, deputy of agriculture at the time, because he understood what to look for. But, also, again, it goes with age. When you, the older you become, the less of other knowledge you become aware of. There's new technology. So that's why I'm saying we need someone who will now decisively deal with crime and know the technology, know the modus operandi, even the latest modus operandi. But with him, we wish him good luck. And he's an old man. He must just go and retire nicely. And he has served for the country.
But as we wrap up, what do you believe will be Bheki Cele's most enduring legacy within the forensic science and policing sectors more broadly?
Yeah, look, you know the issues of the DNA, the DNA issues.
Yeah.
Like, you know, there was a moment when he made a statement that, you know, the Krugersdorp rape, that the girls were raped only once, they are very lucky. You know, those were such unfortunate words coming out from the leader. And then at the same time, the case gets thrown out of court because there was issues of the DNA, they didn't match, but there was also a certain information that was leaked. I think those are issues that he will reflect on and say, I could have made a difference. But, you know, that's why it's very important also to understand constructive advices from commentators, analysts, and even academia as well. When they've done their research, you need to understand and assess what the person is saying, but you don't have to, you know, attack. So in most incidents, he was not that of a good listener. He felt attacked at some point, but like I'm saying, where he got it right, he got it right. But in most incidents, he felt attacked. But you know, all people how they operate. So that's what I'm saying. We wish him luck and let him go home and rest, and then let the new guy come in and then understand the technology, understand the modus operandi, understand the language of criminals, and then cater the informants. Then we'll deal with crime.
Thank you so much for your time. That's Calvin Rafadi sharing his expert insights with us today.